Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you're new here, my name is Holly. I make food and fitness content. And if you're not new here, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for spending this portion of time with me on your Sunday. This week, I am going to be bringing you a weekly vlog. I feel like these are kind of my flavor of the season at the moment. I'm really enjoying doing weekly vlogs. I did actually say that I want to be bringing you guys a different vlog this week. However, I've had to order a lot of stuff for it. It's a bit of a try-on-y, hauly, ratey, slatey of everyone's favorite activewear brands. And unfortunately, the parcels aren't going to arrive in time. So I've had to just jump in and we're going to do a weekly vlog. I have a lot of fun things going on alongside marathon training this week. So I thought we're going to dilute the marathon training a little bit with some fun like LA things and kind of just show you guys a little bit of LA life, because I have been living in LA now for 6 months, which is like, what? How have I been here for 6 months? But it's first thing in the morning. I have currently got my morning set up, iced coffee, electrolytes. I'm gonna put some L-glutamine in my electrolytes. So a little bit of a supplement update, because I ages ago, pre-triathlon, was speaking to you guys about how I'm working with a nutritionist, and he recommended me to start on creatine. Took creatine for 5 weeks, and I feel like after 5 weeks you can get a fairly clear depiction of like how something's feeling in your body, whether you feel like it's affecting your performance, blah, 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 blah. I took creatine for 5 weeks. One like fairly common side effect of creatine is like maintaining and holding on to water weight. I noticed that a lot over those 5 weeks, and I've never taken it consistently, so I've never really been able to experience it. It just was making me feel very water weighty. But like even first thing in the morning, I was waking up and I was feeling bloated and I was already retaining loads of water, and I just felt a bit uncomfortable. And since not taking the creatine, it's been 2-3 weeks now, I've noticed such a difference. So for me, like that side effect was just making me feel a lot bit uncomfortable, and I wasn't noticing a huge difference in my performance. And I always say this, but with me, one thing is like if there's too many bloody cooks in the kitchen, I'm not going to be doing anything because everyone else is doing something. So if I'm taking too many supplements, I'm not going to be taking any of them because it's just a bit overwhelming. I don't know if that analogy worked. That was just how I feel about supplements. So I've just gone back to my trusty L-glutamine. This is good for girlies with PCOS, and I actually noticed a lot of positive side effects when I was taking it religiously, but I kind of noticed I was also trading it out for the creatine. So L-glutamine's back in, we're back on that hype, and creatine is back out. And then I'm also taking my regular supplements. So I take omega-3, I take a turmeric curcumin. These are good for inflammation in the body, and I started taking these for my hip and they've just stayed in my supplement regime. There we go. This one's always really hard to swallow. And then I normally take the digestion tablets, but I'm actually trying out the gut gummies from my vitamin hit. They are the exact same thing, but they're just in the gummy form, which sometimes makes them a little bit easier to take. These are in the flavour mixed berry. Before I even think about running, I do have 2 meetings this morning and something really exciting. So I spoke about this last week, but I am doing my run tour in the UK, and we released the tickets. They literally sold out within minutes, which is like absolutely crazy. Like I feel like it's natural to feel nervous about these things. Like it's, you know, it's scary. Like it's kind of like if you throw a party and you're like, what if nobody comes? Like it literally feels like that. And I was like, okay, well, like even if, like my mentality is like, even if one person shows up to these run clubs, like I will have a great time because I get to connect with one new person and we get to go for a run together, and like that is an amazing experience within itself. But obviously if we sell all the tickets, that is extremely exciting, but it wasn't something that I necessarily was kind of banking on. And yeah, the Manchester tickets sold out within 4 minutes, London was 5, Nottingham and Birmingham were, I think, within like the 30-minute kind of time frame. So off the back of that, we have actually decided to release more tickets, and the Manchester Run Club is actually going to be the biggest run club that MyProtein have ever done. So yeah, we've got that also happening this morning after my meeting, so I kind of feel a bit like anxious and nervous about that, but I have got some other meetings to get out of the way first. Hi.
Hello.
Good morning. Okay, that is my meetings done. The London extra tickets for the run club sold out in 2 minutes. I can't even fathom like that many people. This like is gonna be probably like the highlight of like my career and like Strong Girl Society. Like how does it get, where do we go from here? Where do we go from hosting a run tour and meeting over, there's like all of the run clubs combined, there's gonna be over 1,500 people at all of these run clubs. Like where do I go from there? How do I act normal after that? Like what happens? My mind is blown. Speaking of where I go from here, currently I need to get my butt down to the beach and I need to get on my morning run. Okay, so this silly little goose did forget her camera when she came down to the beach, but it's fine. I'm just doing 7.5 at like a 5:50 pace, so a zone 2-ish heart rate run for me, maybe just like a little bit above. the beach isn't looking very busy and the waves are looking a little bit choppy, so I don't know whether people aren't swimming. Maybe there's like something going on. I'm not really sure. I'll assess. If there's nobody else in the water, you best believe I'm not going to be getting in that water, but if it looks like other people are swimming, then I will. Like, the amount of dreams that I'm having about sharks at the moment, I feel like I'm having like premonitions. So like, if nobody's in that water, I'm taking it that there is a great white swimming around somewhere.
Okay, so I don't know if you could see that, but they basically issued a like no swim all across the beach there. I can see all the signs because the waves are absolutely mental. I mean, even if they hadn't have put the signs up, I probably would swim anyway because that just slightly terrifies me. Okay guys, just hit that 3.5, so tiny background. That actually went by so quickly, which was nice. It is probably one of the hottest points of the day for me to run. Like, it's 11 AM I think it is now. Like, it's around 10 AM and I feel like that is basically when it gets hot here now, which, to be fair, it doesn't actually feel that bad. Like, there's a really nice sea breeze blowing on me right now, so despite it being hot, I'm feeling good. And I'm catching a tan, so I can't really complain. Just coming up to the 6K mark. I'm basically vlogging because every time I'm around this spot, I just have the worst flashbacks, because this was where I fell off my bike. Literally, that spot over there, right by those cones, that's where I fell off and I hit the deck. And I now have a scar from it. Wait, is that Albert? It's just Albert. I now have a scar from it, which, love that for me. Hopefully we never have to go through that again. Also, my vagina was actually bruised for, I would say, a good 2 months after that. Okay, that was a very spicy one, but a really good morning run. I did that an average of a, I don't know which ones to show me. That was an average of a 5:39 pace, so I did that in 39 minutes, 40 seconds, and that was 7 kilometers just on the beach back. But I'm gonna do a fit check with you because I didn't do one before I left, and I want to show you my new shorts I got. These are new Lululemon shorts. I picked these up yesterday in the shop, and they are so nice. I feel like they're like the perfect, like, flattering fit. I don't think I've ever run in like white running shorts, but I really love them and they felt really comfortable. They do have a double lining. I wouldn't say they're good for long distance runs because I was starting to feel a little bit of chafing there, and that normally happens to me like around the 7-8 mark. And then the sports bra is just good as well. I wore a run belt because I wear running belts when I do longer runs because I don't need hydration and it gives me a better tan on my shoulders. No, please, my garment and my whip. And then of course my A6 jacket on those.
Okay, this afternoon was supposed to be looking slightly different. Me and you were supposed to have our bums in a hairdresser chair with some foils in our hair right now, getting our hair highlighted before I head back to the UK. However, my hairdresser has had to move my appointment, but you know when you feel like something is actually a bit of a blessing in disguise, because my to-do list of just bits and bobs, especially before I come back to the UK work-wise, is fairly long. However, one of the fun things that I do have to do is it's Charlotte's birthday tomorrow, so I want to get her a nice present for her birthday. I feel like I've shown Charlotte on the vlog in like little clips and bits, but Charlotte is actually one of the girls that I met on my first week here, so I didn't know her before I moved, but we have been so close like ever since we first met, and she's genuinely one of the people that I think has made me moving so great, because I think it's never really about the place, it's about the people that you meet that make the place home. And I feel like I was really fortunate to meet like Charlotte amongst some of the other girls that I know that have made LA feel so special to me, and like just made the whole moving experience so amazing. And I know that a lot of people get worried about that with moving, and I was honestly petrified of like getting here. And to be fair, I pretty much mentally prepared myself to feel fairly lonely for the first like 6 months of me being here, until maybe I felt a bit more settled and had maybe made friends. But I did definitely like struck absolute gold with the girls that I met, and the girls that I met in the first week are still my really good friends. But I will say a lot of them I did meet kind of through social media, but that isn't to say you need a platform to make friends. I think it's just about, number one, like you can utilize social media even if you don't have X amount of followers. You can just use your social media to like reach out to girls that you know like live in your area, or that you've seen out and about, or that you see like go to the same run club as you, or go to the same gym as you. You can always just pop them a message and just like either ask to go for like a workout or a coffee. Like I think something that we all need to realize is that like we are all trying to make friends. Like no matter how old we are, like everybody loves having friends, everybody loves making friends. So I think sometimes we get a bit scared to like reach out in terms of like rejection, but I I genuinely feel like as girls going through our 20s, like we're all always looking for like new friends and new connections, because what is more fun than meeting like like-minded girls and getting to like hang out with them? But also I think it's about like being super like open and inviting, and if you're going to a run club, just like sparking up a conversation with someone. Like I go to Venice Run Club here, and the amount of girls that would just come over and just be like, oh hi, like I'm so-and-so, I'm here by myself. Like you just have to be really willing to like put yourself out there. So yeah, if you are considering moving to a different country and like one of the things that's holding you back is making friends and you're worried about kind of being lonely, like trust me, like you are going to be absolutely fine. Even if it does take you a little bit of time, like you will find your people. But anyway, I'm yabber-yabbering on, and we need to go and find Charlotte a present before I crack into my gross list of things to do.
As I'm genuinely so excited to show you the new like colours they have in, because I popped in yesterday and maybe bought myself an item or two. Well, you would have seen the new shorts that I was wearing earlier. But like the summer stuff in Lulu is so cute, like the pastel colours. I'm like, give me all of it. Like how nice is that? And then they have like the little shorts. These are the shorts I was wearing earlier, lightweight long class. Are these the same but in a different colour? No, these are the Halsey Hots. I actually have this top and I love it, so I'm really tempted to get it in. No, because this isn't about me, this is about Charlotte. I need to not buy myself something. But yeah, like how nice is this? So cute. Okay, so these are some of the other colorways. They have like the pink, orange, and the blue. So these are probably some of my favorite running tops ever. They're the Lulu Align Tanks. Now these are the new colors, so I actually did pick this one up for myself yesterday with the white, but I think maybe I'll get this one for Charlotte. I feel like this color would be really, really cute on her. Hey guys, present bought. I just need to pop into Target to get like a little gift bag. Also did all of my returns, which like I know is like not a big thing, but I'm sure girlies can relate. Like sometimes those returns just sit by the door for like days, and when you finally do it, you're like, wow, like I really did that. I was really productive today.
Okay, I have returned. So I'm gonna make lunch. I'm actually gonna film and record this lunch. I'll show you guys at the end, but the recipe will already be up on Instagram. I feel like, mark my words, I feel like my cooking mojo is back. I definitely lost it for like a hot minute then. I feel like the beginning of this year was just so chaotic. So I feel like honestly, nutrition and like kind of thinking of like fun meals to make and like really looking after myself by cooking meals definitely went on the back burner. So then I kind of lost my love for creating cooking content because I felt like I was just kind of forcing it. But actually I feel like now I'm in a space where I'm, number one, focusing back on my nutrition, and I'm in a good routine and actually really loving like cooking fun recipes again. So mark my words, the cooking content is definitely back. I can in fact confirm this is a solid 10 out of 10. Like chili and honey on anything is just such a win, but like the bagel is like air fried, so it's crispy on the outside and gooey on the inside. Oh. Okay, I'm just walking to meet the girlies for Froyo, but I have to show you this road that I'm walking down because I feel like it feels like the most Californian road to ever exist. Like the palm trees, the sun. I run down here sometimes and I'm just always like, wow, okay, like this feels like I like live in LA. One thing I will say about like kind of where I've chosen to live is that my area, and I wasn't gonna know this like unless I actually lived there, is like a little bit more what I think people describe as like the touristy area. Like it's a lot busier and a lot louder, whereas like when you're down here it's so much quieter and like you don't get as many tourists, you don't get as many people kind of like driving in and out. And I think again, like that wasn't something I was gonna know until I'd actually like lived in my building. So it was not like, you know, a massive negative, but when I walked down like here I was like, ah, oh, this is like what peace and like quiet feels like. Because I think with, it's really hard to kind of like talk about without like telling you guys exactly where I live, which obviously isn't a very safe thing to do on the internet, but kind of like around where I live, the homelessness is a little bit worse than it is like this kind of area, just because of the transport links near where I live. You don't know these things until you live there, but I do potentially think that like that might mean that next year I will look to actually like maybe move somewhere else. It's just a little bit too noisy, and I feel like if you're in my apartment in Manchester, it was so high up. I was on like the 38th floor, so it was like silent, and I do miss that a little bit. What the fuck is that? You put like no yogurt in it. Little lady. Good morning guys. It is currently Thursday morning. It's 6:30. I am up. I'm just having morning coffee. I look ridiculously shiny because I've just put a lot of SPF on my face because the sun is out today, guys. The sky is looking beautiful, if I do say so myself. Three things here. Number one, Froyo was so nice last night. Like, just such a nice girly evening, and the sunset was like probably the nicest sunset I've seen here since I've moved. So all in all, fantastic evening, really nice to see the girls. Number two, going to F45 this morning. That's why I'm up and I'm dressed and ready. So we've got a strength session and a cycle session to do today. So F45 for Charlotte, BDF 45 for Charlotte. Then I've got a bike ride. Oh my god, it's very early. Number 3, I woke up this morning. The Daily Mail have decided to put me in an article. Might I just add, first ever Daily Mail article I've been featured in. I guess kind of a sleigh, not really a sleigh. Okay, I feel like LA doesn't really feel like more LA. I like these streets, they make me so happy. I feel like the gloom that's kind of been like lingering over LA for like the past probably like 3 months, to be honest, is like finally cleared. I mean, I actually think this hits in every vlog, but I'm like, no, okay, I feel like summer has actually arrived now. The gloom has definitely cleared, and like, what a amazing morning. That was so fun. Like, the class was really good. My upper body is absolutely frazzled. And then I got to go and get a coffee from my favorite coffee place. Now I'm gonna drive back home and have some breakfast. Like, what a good start to a Thursday. Okay guys, oh no, you don't have much battery. Oh no, that's sad. Okay, I'll speak really quickly. Sorry, I got back and I ended up actually, I didn't realize I had another meeting with a brand, which was really exciting. I just feel like there's a few good things cooking up in the world right now, and I'm feeling like I'm having one of those days, one of those weeks where I just feel like immensely grateful for life. You know, when you just feel like you're just like exuding like gratefulness and happiness, which is a real big contrast to my mood over the past 2 weeks, because I have definitely been like feeling a little bit meh about certain things, but I'm just, you know, I'm back on my bullshit now. I'm feeling a lot better. So I'm just throwing together breakfast, and then guys, I actually think I'm gonna do my swim session today. I don't think I'm gonna do my cycle, purely because I had that meeting and it's now looking rather hot and humid outside, and I'm thinking, you know where I wanna be when it's hot and humid? In a bloody swimming pool. So I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing. I know I said I was gonna go swimming. Let's just have like an honesty minute here. I'm being a bit of a baby. I haven't cycled outdoors since the day after my triathlon, which was like probably a good 3 weeks ago now. And I feel like I've built up a lot of fear in myself. And I feel like when I did the triathlon, I noticed this afterwards, like, I'm just not very confident on the bike. Like, the bike, it just really scares me. Like, I don't know what it is. I'm just constantly in fight or flight and constantly feeling like I'm gonna fall. And I have been putting off cycling and putting off cycling. This week, like today, I'm just like, oh, I'll just go swim instead and I'll do it on the weekend. I'm like, no, like, you plan to do it today. Like, stop making excuses and being scared and just do it. But I am wearing trainers. This is why I'm scared. Like, accidents can happen at any second. Anyway, I'm wearing trainers because I think part of the reason why like I feel super terrified is like the cleats really scare me. Like, I'm just so scared of falling off, and I've not done this route before, so I don't know how many traffic lights there is, and if I have to like stop and start a lot, I just feel so much more comfortable in trainers. So I'm gonna do the route the first time in my trainers. I'm so scared. Oh my goodness, okay. Halfway done, 30 minutes down, 30 minutes to go. It is tough out here today. Definitely started off that feeling really anxious, just like nervous. I've done the right thing by wearing my trainers, because I've had to like stop and start a lot of like cars and traffic lights, and I just think that would have sent my brain into overdrive today if I was having to think about like clicking out and clicking in. But what I'm doing is like almost pretending I'm wearing my cleats, and like at every stop I'm like, okay, this is where we click, put this foot down, click, put this foot down, and almost like reenacting the movements, trying to pretend I'm in them basically to build up my confidence. Baby steps. I essentially have my like training wheels on today. Okay guys, you know we're building the confidence back up when the phone comes back out, but I've done just over halfway now to turn around and I'm routing back home. This route is so nice. Like, the houses up here are just like incredible. Like, money will never be able to buy. Let's just ignore what's going on up here right now. But guys, I feel so much better after that. Like, all it took was one cycle out, feeling confident. Like I said earlier, like, I'm really glad that I didn't wear the cleats. I feel like that was definitely the right call. But did 17, also found like a really good route to run tomorrow. It's funny because that cycle was like less than I'm gonna be running tomorrow, which kind of makes me feel a little bit like, oh God, it's far. But I'm just gonna do the route I just did in reverse for my run and add a little bit on, because I think that was only 17.5. But I need to get ready because we're going to something so disgustingly exciting this evening. There's actually 2 things we're doing this evening. One is going for a lovely meal with some of my lovely friends. Number 2, I'm gonna tell you when I'm ready, because you're not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not, like, I haven't really comprehended it. So yeah, I'm gonna love you and leave you. and join you when my hair is finally washed and grease-free and I don't smell the way I smell right now. So nicely freshened up, hair is finally washed and out of that scraped back little greasy bun, but I'm heading off. I'm in a teeny tiny bit of a rush. I am going to the exclusive LA screening of It Ends With Us. It Ends With Us doesn't come out for another 3 weeks and I get to go and see it first. Like, if you know me, you will know I was hooked on this book. Actually, this was the first Colleen Hoover book that I read, I think like 2 years ago, and it literally led me into a spiral of just reading every single thing that she's released. I'm absolutely obsessed with her. So I got to go and actually meet her probably like 2 months ago now when they did a trailer screening, and she was so lovely and the trailer was so incredible, and now I get to go and watch the film before it even comes out to the public. So I'm really, really excited. They said to dress like on theme, so I've gone with like a bit of a Lily Bloom kind of top situation, a little bit colourful with the bag. I just know I'm gonna be like covered in goosebumps throughout this like whole movie.
We're screening this movie about 3 weeks before release, so you guys are one of the first media groups to check it out. Hope you really enjoy the film.
Guys. Masterpiece. Loved every second of it. I absolutely adore. There is nothing better than when they remake a book, but they do it well and they do it true to the book. And I'm not going to say too much because I really don't want to ruin it, and I feel like a lot of us girlies are Colleen Hoover girlies on here. I have literally had to dash because I'm heading to dinner. I'm actually going to a vegan restaurant tonight. It's called Crossroads. I believe Travis Barker, I think, owns it. Apparently it's like a really renowned, like really good vegan chain. And fun fact, they actually have a nut-free vegan menu, which is very rare. I was kind of in my head, I was like, oh, I'm probably not even going to be able to eat anything. But yeah, they have a whole nut-free vegan menu, which is great. So I'll definitely show you guys what I end up getting, but also fun because we're carb loading. We've got 20 Ks to run tomorrow. I need all the food and all the carbs in my system before that. Good morning, guys. We have 20 kilometers to run this morning and I am tired AF. I don't know why. I think it's because I know I have 20 kilometers to run, that's why I'm like just feeling tired. Okay guys, it's time. My cupboard door is open because I just have to put my socks in the dryer, but they're still a bit damp. So, you know, that's always nice. Love that for me. So I am feeling like weirdly excited for this run. I don't know why. I mean, is this gonna be a short-lived excitement? Who knows? But do you know what's really funny is I was going through some old content on my YouTube, which I don't usually do, but a brand basically needed some clips or something. So I was going through old like long run videos. Before every long run and during every long run, I have the same thought process, and this has gone on over 3 years. There is always doubt, there's always a dip, but then I always make it. Like, it's the same pattern, and there's always the kind of like pre-run anxiety. And I just think from watching that, I'm like, this feeling is so normal. I always feel like this, but I always pull through and I always do it. And you know what? There is going to be moments when it's tough, but that's what makes it a long run. That's what makes marathon training difficult. And I don't know, I feel like it's just really helped me. Like, that dip is coming and I know it's coming, but I know that I can ride the wave really well now. And let's go get 20 Ks kicked off. Kicked off? Ticked off. Kicked and ticked off at this rate.
Okay team, 1 down, 19 to go, feeling good. Just hit 4, which means I'm nearly a quarter of the way done already, which is pretty amazing to be honest. Just hit that 5K. Ooh. Only 3 more of those to go. Okay, there's a pretty big incline coming up. Wish me luck. I survived the incline and I've just hit 7K. Just hit 7K, so I'm gonna have my first gel now. Just hit 10K, so I'm halfway. I am feeling good. I'm just like, I have to do that once more, which will be fine. I can do it. It's just, yeah, I thought the route would kind of take me a bit further before I got near back where I live, and I messed it up a bit. So I'm now just going to be fighting with the mental battle of like, my legs will think I'm home, but I still have like another 6 or 7 to go. Okay team, I've just hit 1 whole hour of running. That means I'm nearly at 11K, so I'm out of the double digits now, which means 9 kilometers to go. I'm actually feeling really good, like really good. Like, I feel like fitness wise I feel great. Don't get me wrong, my legs are definitely tired, but I feel like mentally and like cardiovascularly this is the best I felt on a run in a really long time. Let's just maintain this for 9 more Ks. Also, I'm sure now you guys can see what I mean when I talk about the gloom, because 2 minutes ago the skies are blue, I was running in sunshine, and then you get down to the ocean front, and I think, scientists feel free to correct me if I'm wrong here, the gloom happens when the sea is the same temperature as the air. So I think it will clear like over summer. I know yesterday I was like, summer is back, but it's definitely getting there. Like for the whole of June, it was covered in gloom. May was grey, and then July now it's supposed to be like clearing, which it definitely is, but it's just a little bit gloomy, to be honest. I still think it looks really, really pretty. Hey guys, just at 17. I'm gonna use these last 3 as like more of a cool down pace. I'll explain how I've been pacing it to you at the end, but definitely feeling it a little bit in my legs now. Just hit 19. 1 more to go. I can do this. Guys, imagine finishing your run perfectly to He Could Be The One by Hannah Montana. Like, it really doesn't get better than that. Ow! Ow! Ow, ow. This is okay, it's just my feet. Oh, that is like the part of marathon training that I feel like maybe isn't as commonly, like, I mean, I'm sure like, you know, people do speak about it. I'm not saying people don't speak about like endurance, but like the endurance in your feet, because at the end of that 20K, like the balls of my feet are like, oh my good God, why are we still hitting the ground? And you kind of think at that point, like, how am I ever gonna be able to do double that distance if I'm feeling like that? But you build up such a good strength. And like, it's almost like your feet just become like thicker skinned. Just give me a hot second to get back over here. I did it, yay. Okay, so, right, that 20K was a little bit different to any 20K I've done before, and I feel like I'm trying to spice up this marathon training block a little bit. Just a little, because you know what, I feel like the 2 other marathons I've done, I've always been like, and I still believe this, the distance is the achievement, 100%. Marathon number 1, I ran to do the distance. Marathon number 2, I did the distance, and I also wanted to be able to like overcome the hills. Whereas with this marathon, it's kind of like, okay, like what's the challenge here? Because I know I can do the distance. Why don't we try and like maybe push a little bit harder just so it feels a little bit spicier? I think that's the best like reasoning behind it, and like it's just giving me like a bit of a different drive. I'm not going for a time or anything like that. I'm just trying to accelerate my training, because you know what, this is my 2nd year of doing marathons. Like I can't just keep doing the same thing or the same training plan, because otherwise I'm, you know, just gonna be like stuck in this like loo, and like we should all be striving to be like at least 1% better. So I did not just do that for the distance, as much as running 20 kilometers, like that is a huge achievement. I actually had different splits throughout that, which I've never done for 20K before, and I've never done that speedy for 20K before. So I started off, I did a 3K nice warm up. I did that at I did that at a 6-minute pace. I did that at a 6-minute pace. Then I did 3 rounds of 4 kilometers at a 5:35 pace, which you guys know me, it's kind of quick for me. And then I did 1K at a 6-minute pace. I did that 3 times like I just said, and then I did I've gone wrong, because I did a 3K cool down, but that doesn't add up. Did I miss a kilometer? Okay, well, the maths isn't mathing, but the run was running. Let's just put it that way. You get the gist of what I was trying to do. Now I'm gonna strip, and I'm gonna stretch, and then you know what? I'm gonna just like, maybe have a nap. We're going out for Charlotte's birthday tonight, and I was like, I know me, and I know me after I've done a 20K or like a long distance run, and like my bedtime is like 8, 9 p.m. So I need to rally, so I actually might have like a power nap today, just to like get some energy in my system before we celebrate the birthday girl. I think I'm ready to go out. I'm not sure, I might change my outfit. I can't really show you the whole thing, wait, I'll bring you down, but this is the top. This is how I've done like my hair, and I guess my makeup. I always feel like I probably don't look any different to anyone else, but like when I do like even a tiny bit heavy eye makeup, I'm like, oh my God, that's so dramatic, and it's just not. But this is the outfit. I feel like because the only boots I have are like cowgirly boots, and they have a bit of a heel, and it's like not dressy enough for like a big heel. I always feel like I like always just end up looking fairly like Western. Like I feel like I'm gonna look back at this period of my life and be like, do you remember that time when all I wore was cowgirl boots? But this is the fit. The top is Urban Outfitters, the skirt is Mistress Rocks, boots are, I think, Steve Madden. Anyway, cheers. I'll let you know if I change outfits, but if not, I'll catch you guys in the morning. I will insert a few clips from the night out as well. Good morning, guys.
I'm feeling lovely and fresh this morning, which is nice. I am a really big fan of a night out like that, where you just go out with your friends, have like a couple of drinks, have a good dance, and then you're in bed by like 12 p.m. and you're asleep, and then you wake up and you feel absolutely great the next day. Like that for me is my very perfect scenario when I go out. So yeah, feeling really good this morning. I've woken up and I'm actually gonna take myself on like a little bit of a solo date day. I've been planning this week and I'm so excited. I'm not doing anything like special, but I'm gonna walk over to Montana, which if you are ever in the Santa Monica, like Venice area, you need to go over to Montana. It is the most, I mean, I'll show you, but it's like a really beautiful strip of like cafes and boutique shops, and it's just a really like beautiful place to walk around, and I feel like I just really haven't taken advantage of it, and that's something that like I've been bugging myself about recently, because I think it's so different when you move somewhere to where you like visit. Like last year when I was here, I was off doing stuff like every single day because, you know, I was on like an extended holiday, whereas now because I live here, I have to implement a bit more routine and I have to implement my work in my week. So sometimes I feel like when you live somewhere, you don't take as much like advantage of it, and you're not like a tourist in your own city. So I want to be a bit of a tourist today, and I'm gonna go for a walk around. This can sound so funny. There's a pillow that I am desperate to get my hands on, and I was walking up Montana like a couple of weeks back and I saw it and I was like, oh my goodness, I need that pillow, but it wasn't like the right time for me to like buy it. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed, I can't even remember what shop it was from, that this bloody pillow is still there, because I mean, it's literally a pillow that's gonna go on my sofa, but I saw it and I was like, I need that. So yeah, let's wander over there. I also think I'm gonna try and take myself for a little lunch date. I think when I get out of the habit of like sitting and eating food by myself, it feels really like alien and a bit scary. So I'm like feeling a little bit like nervous about it, but you know, you've got to like push yourself out your comfort zone sometimes, and hopefully I'll find somewhere nice to sit and have a coffee and maybe like a nice little sandwich or a burrito.
Okay guys, call me like, I don't know, skeptical, but like, is Face Gym not just like the world's biggest scam? Like, I don't understand, like they just rub a ball and like tap your face around, and all it does is like make the muscles go into shock, so they instantly kind of like contract. I don't know if that's science, I might be making that up, but like, so they just like contract and then your face just immediately looks more sculpted, but like in the long run, is that actually doing anything? I don't know. Guys, I found the pillow. Look at it. Okay, I'm gonna go back and get the cushion on the way home because it's quite a big cushion. I feel like this is my favorite kind of shop, you know, when there's just like loads of like little bits and like books to look at. I saw this in here a few weeks ago, I might get it. I think it's really sweet. Okay, I think I've found somewhere for lunch. It's called Breadhead. Looks like sandwiches. I am gonna go out on a whim here and say that that was probably one of the best sandwiches I've ever eaten. I got like a turkey, but I added bacon and had garlic mayo instead of like the other mayo. Oh my god! Like I was trying to look on the Instagram and like figure out what that bread was, because it was kind of like ciabatta focaccia. I'm not really sure, not focaccia, more of like a ciabatta, but like, oh my god! When it first came out, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, because like I'm a bit fussy with my sandwiches. I enjoyed every single bite to the point where I'm full as an egg right now, but I also did go and grab my cushion. I'm so excited. Like, I'm constantly whether it's gonna go on my sofa or my bed. I haven't quite decided yet, but I'm heading back now.
Okay, I'm back from shopping. I'll do a teeny tiny haul of some of the bits I got. So I showed you guys the notebook that I got. Let me show you the pillow up close, because I'm really excited about this. Like, I've not something about this. I saw it, I just hope it goes. So this is the pillow. It's obviously, it's all like hand embroidered by the lady who owns the like little furniture shop. But yeah, it's Santa Monica, which is really cute, because I was like, even if, you know, I move in the future, I can always have the first place that I lived in America on it, which is just so cute. I literally love it so much. So I found a very, very sweet little boutique. It was actually like an underwear slash like lingerie slash pajama boutique, but I said this to the lady when I was in there, I was like, I never buy myself underwear. Like the knickers I have, you best believe I probably had some of them since I was like 14, and I used to go and do like pink slash like Victoria's Secret slash like bloody Hollister Gilly Hicks hauls. Like that is the underwear that I have to this day, because I don't know, I just never like refreshed my underwear drawer, and like I just thought these were really cute and a little bit different, like really sweet. So this is the knickers, and then this is the bra. This one's kind of like more of like a non-underwide. I just think the colour is so nice. And then I picked up these, which are like these kind of like short knickers. Look how cute the little print is. And then They also came with like a big pair of knickers, and then this really sweet bra, which does actually have like underwear on it. And then on the way home, I did pop into Abercrombie & Fitch because that is now my new favorite place for denim and shorts. They have a Curve collection. It's called Curve Love, I think, yeah. So anything in their like Curve Love collection, it's basically designed for just girls with like, I think, thicker legs, but like skinnier waist, because my waist to bum ratio, it's not like crazy off, but I just find it really hard to find shorts that like don't like really gape in the back, and these are designed to basically fit you perfectly. So I just got a pair of like loose baggy jeans. I'll pop a photo in just so you can see what the fit is like. And then I also picked them up because once I find a pair of jeans that I love, I'm just like, I need them in like all shades. I picked them up in this color. These are also going to be perfect for my trip to England, because I'm thinking I might have to wear a pair of jeans over the trip. And then I bought this dress, which was lovely. I didn't actually get the chance to try this on because I saw it as I was leaving, but I was like, I can always run back. But this is also going to be for my England trip. It's just like a long, flowy / cutout dress. It has pockets as well, which I was like, absolutely bloody love that. And then what else did I get? Oh, I just got a face mask that I'm going to do tonight. I fear I've walked so far, I have tuckered myself out, and I may need to just sit here for the rest of the afternoon. It's midday on a Saturday, but I don't actually really have much planned this weekend. Tomorrow morning I'm going to a friend's to watch the F1. I don't know anything about F1, she loves it. So I'm going over and we're doing like a F1 brunch, breakfast. But apart from that, I head off to England on Thursday. I'm going to England on Thursday. I'm so excited. Like that, even that sentence feels weird to me because I'm like, I'm going home, but it's like, it's not, because I technically live here now. I am ridiculously excited to see, like, if I think about it, I'm probably gonna cry. Like my mum and my dad, and like the run tour is gonna kick off. I'm gonna see my sister, I'm gonna see my dog, I'm gonna see all my friends, I'm gonna see Manchester. Like, I can't quite comprehend. I'm actually going away for, oh my goodness, it feels like I'm gonna be away for a long time. So I'm actually going to England for 2 weeks, and then I'm going to Miami on the way home, and I think I'm gonna be in Miami for like 4 days. I'm visiting a friend, and I've never been to Miami before. Well, I had a layover in Miami once, so that doesn't really count as like seeing Miami. So I'm excited to go and like see a different part of the US before I head back to LA. This time next week, I'm gonna be on UK soil. I cannot bloody wait. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to also see so many of you at the run tours, but I'm gonna get more into that next week because we have still got another vlog before I'm properly back in the UK, vlogging the UK. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next Sunday.